Hi, my name is David Linton, and at Updata we recently announced the addition of European gas and power curves from OTC Global Holdings, and they now come as part of the Updata Enterprise package. So if you're an Updata Enterprise user, you now have these curves included in your Updata Enterprise system, and it's really powerful. We have curves covering every power and gas market in Europe. And these curves, as I say, are part of your package. And you can also then do historical curves. And this is really, really powerful. And if you imagine that behind each curve, the green dots mean the curve's fallen since the day before, the red dot means it's risen. So the red dot means it's fallen since the day before, the green dot means it's risen. And behind each one of these is actually a chart. So this is January 2028 on TTF, and that's the chart of how that model data has been for the last several years. We've been storing that data, and because we've got the historic data, that means we can draw historic curves. So these are all included in the Updata Enterprise system now as standard if you're an energy trader, and that means we can actually start to do some really clever things. So here's the price chart for the current May 2025. That's the current price chart. And what I've done is I've just gone and looked at the points on the chart, and you can literally go and overlay a curve, and you can just say show the forward curve, and you can literally choose the dates where you want to see the forward curves drawn from. And that's how the forward curves looked on those dates. And so what's really interesting is we see how, and these curves, by the way, are very, very long dated. They go way out into the future. So you can see how the curves all start to line up when you go back into the future. But what's really interesting is if you're buying a year or two forward, of course, there is a divergence which is in line with the front month price. And that's really what you want to see. So in watching the front month, if you're saying to yourself, well, I think we're going to see a move up to this new price target, let's say we're going to 56 euros, that's what the price target says, especially if we make a high above that level at 44, then you say, okay, well, if we're going back to the top, how does the curve look? And what you can see is if we look at this was how the curve looked in February. And if we go to say February 27, we can then say, well, that's how the curve looked. So we can go 2 years from now and say, well, the price should be around 38. So you'll be able to pick it up cheaper. But of course, that is going to move. That's where we are now. So what you can say is it's going to move from about 35 to 40 euros. There's going to be a €5 increase if we go back up here. If you believe that this is the top and we're going lower, especially if we break lower and activate this new downside target back to the base level, then you can see what the curve said then, and you can then price the curve. So you can look at the forward price now, and you can see what the forward price would be if we move to those levels. Really, really powerful. And of course, we put the key levels of the chart on as well. But this just allows you to see how the curves into the future are changing based on the current price. So if you're trading energy, if you're buying your procurement, you're buying energy, a procurement manager, this is a really powerful way of assessing how future prices are moving in relation to the chart. So a really powerful aspect. You can get this data now as part of the Updata Enterprise package. It's included all of gas and power curves for every market in Europe. So you go to Poland, you go to Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, Slovenia, all of these markets are covered. So you can go and do that same exercise on power curves or on gas. And you can see here, that's UK gas. If I want to see Dutch gas, to do the same thing, and you can see how it basically just, I can zoom in on their curves and I can see how the curves are changing. So it's a really, really powerful aspect, especially when you can start to do this type of analysis. So all of those charts, all of that data, all of those curves are all included in the Updata Enterprise system. So if you want to take a trial, see for yourself, then just let us know. But I'm really delighted to be doing this with OTC Global Holdings and their curves, which are absolutely fantastic. OTC Global Holdings is one of the biggest providers of forward curves from the US. They really cover loads of different products, but they've allowed us, through our relationship, to offer our clients European gas and power curves as part of the package is included. So we look forward to welcoming you aboard and trying these for yourself. Bye for now.